Welcome to the Deliverance Network. Thank you for joining us. And we're coming to you today, October the 11th, where the world, of course, has witnessed very serious incidents from October the 7th, this past Saturday, with regard to the Israel-Hamas conflict. And we're filming here from the Jewish Community Center in Ottawa, and our prayers are with everyone that is affected with this conflict. I wanted to just share a little bit of spiritual information that has been circulating on the Watchtower with regard to the signs of our times, and very difficult times that we're in, and the suffering, of course, of people worldwide in all conflicts is really something that God does not want. He desires that the human heart change, love, seek Him, and seek to love our neighbor. And of course, throughout the world, throughout history, mankind has had a great difficulty in choosing God and choosing love. And so our prayer is for that, of course, to increase, and I ask for your prayers to be the same. And I wanted to just share a reading from Revelation, which speaks a little bit about the times to come, particularly the second seal of Revelation. Revelation 6 verses 3-4 says, "When he broke open the second seal, I heard the second living creature cry out, 'Come forward.' Another horse came out, a red one. Its rider was given power to take peace away from the earth, so that people would slaughter one another, and he was given a huge sword." And again, I think about the incidents with regard to Rwanda in the not too distant past, and Our Lady of Kaibaho and her warnings many years prior to the incidences in Kaibaho that there would be violence, bloodshed, and that it would be not just within that area, but also spread throughout the world. And of course, we already see war with the war in Ukraine. So a lot of suffering worldwide, and now this latest with the Israel-Hamas conflict. And apparently many people, over 2,000 killed as of today's date. And one of the things that I wanted to share is that God is always warning and asking us to change our lives. If each heart chose to change, we would see incidences like this dissipate, slowly decrease. And many of the messages that have been given to the visionary known as Luz de Maria de Bania speak about war, speak about increasing hardships, increasing conflicts. One of the messages I want to share with you are from the 13th of August 2023, so very recent. This one from the Virgin Mary. She says, "Pray, my children, pray. You see war as being far off, yet it is not far off. Dearly beloved of my Immaculate Heart, the Third World War will occur due to the rebellion, humanity's lack of conversion, and the rejection of my Divine Son." And again, she speaks about war later on, where she says, this is from May the 1st, 2022. "I suffer due to the ignorance of those who deny the times in which they are living. War will spread and hunger will appear, faced with which the human race will forget its principles. The dragon is showing its tentacles. Pestilence, war, famine," and again a reference to Revelation 6:8, "and dominion over humanity, eliminating religions to establish one single religion." And of course, we have spoken about that throughout the past history at the Deliverance Network. Lastly, I wanted to share a message from our Lord Jesus Christ, and this time from April the 17th, 2022. And he says, "You have forgotten that I told you that you would find yourselves at war, in an escalation of war. Various countries will enter into this scenario, and from one moment to the next, war will turn the earth into something unknown. My children, before man destroys my creation, man will destroy himself, and I will have rescued my people. You have forgotten that I warned you that Europe will suffer. War will advance, destroying countries, reaching Italy and taking hold of Rome. My beloved people, look with salve for your spiritual eyes. At the heart of war is the spiritual struggle to reach Rome, which is a major objective." And many other messages can be featured and found from revelationmarianas.com, the visionary known as Luz de Maria de Bania. who's been given many, many warnings about the times coming and the times we find ourselves in now. So where does this leave us when I'm speaking to you now here today? I ask for you to take seriously the call to conversion that is for each person, because as each heart changes, the world changes. And that, I think, is the deepest thing I can convey today as we are sharing very difficult circumstances that we're looking at in the world. I also ask you to examine yourselves interiorly and see how well you love your neighbor and work on whatever areas are weaker. Ask the Lord to help you. Ask the Virgin Mary to help you. It is for your good and the good of your neighbor and for the goodness of the entire world. And in fact, the conversion of each heart changes things. I believe with our prayer, lastly, that we can offset, mitigate, change circumstances, and of course help others who are suffering horribly with the effects of war and violence throughout the world. So pray, 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 as the Virgin Mary has been asking for years and years and years. We can, we will, and we must make a difference. Thank you so much for joining us at the Deliverance Network. May God bless.